On the Other Side of the Garden by Hao-Dou. I was looking out the window, so I didn't pay attention to what my dad was saying. Dad's car pulled away. I stood there and watched it go. Then we climbed up the steps. My bedroom wasn't my bedroom. No sounds could be heard outside, only my grandmother's step in the hall. I lay down on the bed that wasn't my bed, thinking about the city and my friends who were far away now, and that my dad would have to come back and get me someday. But I wasn't alone. 3 creatures were looking at me through the window. And when 3 creatures stare at you through a window, all you can do is open it and talk to them. "Good evening," said the owl. "Are you new here?" asked the frog. "Who are you? Have you got any bread or cookies?" said the mouse. "I'm Isabel," I said, "and I don't have any bread or cookies." The moon was huge and bright, so I could see them clearly. They looked like pretty good guys. I thought it would be okay to go for a walk with them. It was a beautiful night, and I wasn't sleepy. We slide off the roof quietly so we won't wake up Grandmother. The fresh grass felt cold to my feet. I told them that in the city I hardly ever go barefoot. It's different. There's not much green to stand on. "I don't know the city," stated the owl. "Why haven't we seen you here before?" asked the frog. "Maybe later you could give me some milk," said the mouse. "I lived in another place before," I answered, "but Dad has let me here for a few days. He'll come and get me soon." We walked past all kinds of bushes and flowers. The owl knew all their names. She was clever. The frog pointed out the star in the sky. "We'll walk to the creeks a little farther along," said the owl. "The creek is my house," explained the frog. "How about you? How come you don't live with your parents?" "Later, maybe. We could eat something at your house," said the mouse timidly. "I used to live with Mom and Dad," I answered, "and this house isn't my house. It's Grandmother's house." Then we sat on the edge of the creek and put our feet in the water. "I've known your grandmother for many years," said the owl. "No one ever comes to visit her. You're the first, I think," said the frog. "She's kind. Sometimes she leaves out crumbs and rice in the garden for us," said the mouse. "You sure talk a lot," I said to them. Then we climbed a small hill. From there we could see the house, Grandmother's house. "I'm glad the grandmother has company," said the owl with what might have been a smile. "For sure you have to stay with her for a while," said the frog. "Sometimes we have a picnic on this hill," said the mouse. "You're invited." Suddenly, I was telling them about me. Mom went to live and work in another country. Dad and I stayed behind, just the 2 of us. I hardly even remember that I had a grandmother. I only ever seen her in some pictures. We walked along a wooden fence. I told them more about my mom and the letters she sent me, and that my dad is looking for work. The three of them listen as we walk and walk. A soft, chilly little breeze began to blow. We snuggle up to stay warm and look out over the still countryside that lay beyond. Never cross this fence, Isabel, warned the owl. There are some fierce dogs on the other side. And they bite, said the frog. Sometimes I sneak across to eat a little of their food, so if you want to go over there, I can keep watch so they don't appear all of a sudden, offered the mouse. The sky was getting light, and far away were beginning to sing. The owl, the frog, and the mouse went and hid in the bushes. Goodbye, Isabel, said the owl. If you like, we can see you again by the creek, said the frog. You better get home for breakfast, said the mouse. Goodbye, I said, a little frightened, and I ran toward the house on my muddy legs. Grandmother was waiting for me by the door. She asked me if I was a sleepwalker, and she didn't scold me. She hugged me tight to her chest. She is tall and strong, like me. You know you're going to be here for quite a while, she asked. Yes, Grandmother, I said. I felt like crying. Can I walk in your garden at night and in the day? This is your house, too. She gave me milk and bread and jam, and then showed me her flowers. The garden looked different in the daylight. The sun warmed my back and my cold feet. Arm in arm, we walked back to the wooden fence. She showed me some thorny bushes, which grow wild. There on the other side of the garden, if you look carefully and don't make noise, you might see some animals. I like to see them every day, Grandmother, I said.